Hey guys, Alfredo with Alfredo Sano Glass here, working on this 2017 BMW 340i. This is the four-door sedan. It has the rain sensor on the windshield. I've been taking a lot of comments from my videos, and I've been asked, can you do one with shooting the urethane on the glass? Yes, I can. I'm gonna apply the urethane on the glass and set it with the urethane on the glass. There's this little guide right here. Just want to share with you guys some of my tips. So what I did, I ran the line from the third visor frit, and I ran a tape along. Of course, I already took this one off. I left this one on there, and then I transferred that over to the other side on the other glass over there, so that when I'm setting my glass and I set the top first, that's able to guide me through my setting. So the glass is already prepped, so you can see there is the glass primer. I decontaminated the glass primer is there, and so let me get started. All right, so to open up the hood on this new BMWs, you have to do this twice, and so on the bottom it's pretty similar to all the other ones. All these BMWs have the same similar setting. So let me get the my fender covers on here. So when I get close to the vehicle, I'm not touching it with my clothes. Just a little bit more protection to it. So first off, let me remove the windshield wipers. This ones are 16mm nut to remove the windshield wipers, just like all the other ones. If you have what it makes my job sometimes faster and easier from the setup of my tool bag is the fact that I already have like number 14 ready, 15, 16, 17. That way when you're switching it, it's right there ready to use. Very convenient. And now let me remove the bottom cowling right here. I'm following a tip from one of my subscribers. He's from the UK, so shout outs to you, man. He was telling me you could, instead of using a socket to remove this, the same one, you put it through and you're able to remove this. And just want to let you guys know that we never stop learning. We always, if you have an open mind, you would always get your professionalism level higher and higher. It's good to have an open mind to new tips, and you know, they could only get you better. If you see a tip that it doesn't help you, then of course don't take it. But if you don't have the open mind to receive new tips, I don't think you're gonna get any better. So I really appreciate everybody with all your comments, and people subscribe to me. Thank you for taking the time to subscribe to my channel. On this cutout, I'm gonna be using my new tool that I was able to share with you guys on my most recent video, which is my power coal knife. I've been asked, can you use it? My answer is yes, of course. One of my very first video I uploaded to YouTube, it's a Mercedes, and I am using that tool to remove the windshield. on these BMWs, you have to be very careful that you don't scratch the body of the vehicle. So these side moldings right here, I know they seem like you barely touch and they start coming off really easy. I always set them on the side where, especially if you're coming to do a mobile service, that way nobody steps on them and damage the moldings. Now you see this little tab goes under the windshield, so be very careful and remove it before you okay, so here's the thing. There's these little clips down here, and you have to remove one clip underneath there. You could do two things. You could just pull this off and remove it, but I noticed that sometimes it gets bent, and we don't want that. We don't want this piece to be bent, so we have to remove it. There's shortcuts that help you get better, and there's shortcuts that hurt you in your installation, so choose wisely on what shortcuts you take. I mean, when removing more parts, it's not going to take you a whole lot of time. Nowadays there's so many setting devices, and everybody's talking about which one's better, and mine works in this, and it's so much easier to set up. You know, to be honest with you, if you have a setting system and it works for you, it might not work the same for somebody else. So all these setting systems are pretty helpful for different, you know, different people have different techniques. So it is important to pick the right one for you. But please keep in mind that all these setting devices, they work on almost every car, but you can't expect to work in every single car. You know, some have to go under the hood, some don't. So choose wisely, and you cannot only have one setting tool to set every single windshield. So the best setting will be with two people, somebody helping you set the windshield. That will be probably the best setting way. But we all have our techniques, and if you're able to set it by yourself, if you have help, there's only one thing that we're all looking for: an accurate setting. That way you have a safe windshield replacement. Because yes, the setting is extremely important. All right, so here we are. I use my Howard cutout tool. I'm going to start with the 3/4 of an inch. Like I said, you're going to be very careful that you don't scratch the vehicle. Okay, now there's a little spot that needs the 1 inch. The windows are really hot. I'm working in a city that temperature goes over 100, so that's why you see my umbrella. sometimes it takes longer to work underneath the glass than what it takes to remove the glass. So some of these BMW sometimes are a difficult cut out, this high modulus urethane. It's not the easiest to cut out. Okay, pretty much all cut out. There it is. There's nothing like taking your time and enjoying your job. Alright, so I want to show you guys something that happens. It could happen to anybody. I forgot my bottle of water, so as simple as grabbing a little bottle of water and creating a little hole. There's a screen right there in the middle, so be very careful with that screen, whether you're using a fiber line to cut it out or you're cutting it with a power tool. See, regardless of the tools that you use, if your goal is the same, to do a safe removal, you could get the window out without creating any damage to the vehicle. This urethane is really hard urethane. I've been asked sometimes by the customers what's more risky to remove the glass, using power tools or using a fiber line. And to be honest with you, they're both risky. On both, you could create a damage on the vehicle, serious damage on both. So my answer is pick your technician wisely, because that's what's more important, whoever's actually doing the job. So the whole bottom is cut out. Now I have to remove the rear view mirror. To remove the interior, it's fairly simple. This new covers are a lot easier than the ones from the previous models. See what I did? I let the glass slide a little bit lower, and that allows me to grab my hands, and I'm able to remove it by hand. So that's something that I learned one day by accident, just because the glasses slipped down and I was able to do that. So I like to remove the cables here, because the way I remove the rear view mirror, pushing it down sometimes goes too far down. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go on the outside and remove it there.
You're too busy. I'll catch you later.
All right, I'll be right over there. As soon as I'm done, I'm coming. I saw you over there, so I'll come over. All right, guys, so now when I have it here on my feet and I don't have it inside there, I could just easily push down and remove the rear view mirror. That way I don't have the chance of hitting something on the vehicle. And just use a little peck tool. I like the ones that I make because I'm able to get into it really easy. And the advantage on these really hot temperatures is that the rain sensors come out fairly easy. I see something really odd right here. Okay, I thought it didn't have anything, but it's actually there. So going to refill that rain sensor. Alright, so let's start removing the urethane. I sharpened my BTV before I started doing the job. That way I'm able to get this nice clean cut out. Right here you have that body seam. Alright guys, there was a very important phone call. That was my wife, so I had to take that phone call. So I took the time to put the dam already on the glass. I as well put the rain sensor back into the windshield. I use GGS 901. This is worked out very well for me. And now I'm going to get ready. Oh yes, and I also did I did a dry set. Very important. When you're doing something new, a new car, or just something, just do a dry set. When you're applying your urethane, it's very important for you to have a 90-degree angle. as well as making your seams right. All these little details help you achieve a safe replacement. Remember, it's all about safety. These little setting blocks, they could easily be transferred to the windshield. A nice little mark. Alright, so let's get this windshield in. Once I see I'm aligned, start decking. As you can see, the point of it, a safe setting is from top to bottom. And thanks God, I was able to accomplish that on this replacement. Same thing on this side, you can see. On the bottom, since you have the dam, you gotta really push on it so that you know your windshield is touching the urethane correctly into the body. Every detail makes a difference. It's about to get a little noisy. They're about to do some work behind me, so if it gets too loud, I'm gonna have to stop. But you guys pretty much seen most of the entire replacement. Now it's just putting all this back in place, which it's the easy part. Right, so this one goes under the fender right here. Let's take it in. Same thing on this side. Same thing. Gotta go under the glass. That's why it's important to apply the urethane following the older path. That way you don't have any issues or problems. This molding, I like to align it. Once I get to the top, the top is correctly aligned. start pushing it in. Remember, this one comes off very, very easy, so that my cowling doesn't move, I'm going to put the little retainer clips that will lock my cowling in place for now. See, when you remove the extra parts, it makes it really nice and easy to work with. Otherwise, you could have the chance of dropping a clip, and then you're looking for a clip, which is not a big deal, but then it's stuck in your mind. If you're like me, it'll be stuck in your mind that you drop something and it's stuck in there. All right, so as you can see, it's not that bad of a job for this 340 series. I like how they're all very similar in design. If you do one, then you could do the rest of them. Alright, there it is. It's good to put all your parts in one place. That way you don't lose anything. They're always right where you left them. Same thing with putting the windshield wipers right where they were before. That way when, like if the left on the left and the right on the right, that way it's easier for you to put things back in place. This one in the middle has a little connector there. This one has a little stud where it goes into. Same thing on this side. So you can see after the setting done, everything goes by pretty quick. In the competitions, in the Autoglass Olympics, you really notice how fast putting the cowling and the parts back on. When you're at the competition and there's so much pressure, time goes by so fast. You know, you got hundreds of people looking at you, and it gets to you sometimes, especially when they're saying comments behind you. Like, do you really have to do all that? The truth is, yes. To accomplish a safe quality installation, you have to do all of this. Now you're doing something extra. It's doing what it's recommended. Okay, everything's on there correctly. So this is what I was saying about keeping it left and right. I would highly recommend you having a couple of nuts that hold the windshield wipers extra, just in case you ever have an accident and drop one or misplace it. You're able to complete the job right there and there versus waiting to get another one, and it's just a recommendation. If you ask me, where can I possibly find some? You don't have to go to the dealer. You could go to a junkyard. Go to a junkyard and you'll find it there very, very easy. So, yep, a junkyard. I get a lot of clips and a lot of caps and all kinds of different things from the junkyard. I'm gonna try to put this without any tool, but if it doesn't work, I'm gonna use my pliers to install the window, the rearview mirrors on the Ford vehicles. Never fails. Instead of pushing with my hand and forcing it and compromise breaking something, just get the pliers. And that's simple. I made it look easy because I've done it a couple of times, but please be careful where you're clamping on with the pliers. It is very important. If you do it the wrong spot, you could break something, even break the glass. So be careful. So as you saw, different techniques and still the same result, a safe quality replacement, and that's always the goal. Thank you for all my subscribers. I would highly recommend you subscribing to my new channel, Alfredo's Auto Glass educational videos and tips. I go more in detail. This is a long video. The videos on my channel are very short, so you're able to go right to the tips, right to, oh, you got to look out for this, you have to do this, this clip, or all these little things that will make your job easier. The tools, the moldings, all these things that make your job easier. That's what's on my new channel. So thumbs up, thanks for subscribing. God bless, have a blessed day.